this past week I haven't really posted. I'm moving out, and I'm also in a funk, and then kind of like trying to figure out like really what I want to do. So that's what we're gonna talk about today. So welcome to another episode of Metal Medisco. Today we have another solo episode in the car, and this is not sponsored, but my uncle left the car, and I get to use it to record in the car. So thank you. And yeah, so if you're watching this on YouTube, you could subscribe, comment, like, share the whole shenanigans. And then for Spotify, you could also follow there. You could comment there as well, and also follow on Apple Podcasts. With that being said, thank you so much, and let's continue the episode. So this past week, I've really been thinking about like, what do I want to do? What do I want to do? Because when I watch my podcast on like spirituality, on like people who are like videntes, which is pretty much like people who can see more, like who, if you believe in these things, like have a connection to angels, like they're pretty much like the medium to for angels to communicate with us if our intuition or if our like communication with them is not like the best, or we just don't have it. So I love to watch like, a podcast like that, because I feel like it's like freaking crazy that exists, that's possible, and that there's people out there like that. And I wish I could meet people like that. But so going back to the topic, it's I when I was watching those type of videos and like personal development, all of those type of stuff, or even like business uh, podcast episode, even like business podcasts or business episodes. Yeah, I was still my struggle has always been like hasn't really been like the planning of things. Is like, what do I really want to do? And I have so many ideas, but my execution part is not the best. And even like doing videos like this, it's interesting because when I'm making the videos, it kind of like lifts up my energy, and I get like, yeah, like, okay, we're doing this, like we got this. But then after the video, after I'm done editing, after I'm done like scheduling and posting it, I go into like a funk of like, what's like what else? And when I was watching that podcast, it's oh well, another comment in there is that when I make these videos, like they make me feel good, but they're not like, it's because I also understand that you don't need motivation to do stuff. Like, you shouldn't have motivation. You shouldn't use motivation to be disciplined with this stuff. But I don't know, because I've already done like about like consistently for like 2-3 months, like videos like this. I feel like there's still something missing, because I've been consistent with like my posting, whether or not like I record like once a week or once every 2 weeks. I've still been consistent with my stuff, so I think there's something missing here with like me, and I'm like trying to figure out like what is it that I really want, because I'm just not like there's just something missing. So when I was listening to one of the podcast episodes with I don't remember the podcast name, but the lady is called Erika Munoz, I think. And I really liked her interview with the guy. So I booked her for like therapy, because she pretty much like looks into your past lives, and she does like different types of therapies. But I booked like the one with like 2 hours with a vidente, so like you can tell me everything. The only problem is that it's until January. So while that time comes, I still need to work on myself and whatnot, which I've already been doing. But one of the things, also going back to that episode, is that she talks about, no, I searched up like more of her content, and one of the contents that she has I watched, and what she was talking about there is that you have to experiment with what you like. Because my problem is that I don't really know what I like, and even the things that I am interested on, it's really I feel like for me it's kind of hard to get into these stuff, because a lot of like obstacles, like financial obstacles myself, mostly those two. So like I want to travel more. I want to meet like people, and meeting people means like doing different stuff I love dancing. I suck at it, but I love dancing, and I want to start learning how to properly dance. So when I watched the video, I was like, okay, because I've heard that before, and I feel like a lot of us hear that. It's just the problem is we don't do things to really experiment and notice what we like. So I've been doing it like little things like here and there, but it's never been like really consistent to actually know and figure out really what I like. So or putting myself in situations where it can lead to other opportunities. It's mostly like by myself. So I've done like the dancing in my room. I've done like practicing dancing in my room. I've done like before I used to do like painting. Before I definitely a lot of arts stuff for sure. But they will always like at some point I would just stop like liking them, or I would just get bored pretty much. So there's a for me I feel like there needs to be a lot of novelty, and so right now I am because I kind of like understood, okay, I need to experiment more. I need to learn. I need to do something different. I need something new in my life so that I could get this motivation going in or like momentum going, like really getting out of my routine so that I'm in no funks. And so that kind of made me understand that part. So I'm gonna book some salsa classes I'm still not sure like salsa or bachata, but I'm gonna be doing that so to get out of my routine and have something to do and to have something to learn and something that I actually enjoy. Like I enjoy doing it. So I'm gonna take some salsa or bachata classes. I'm not sure yet to get out of my routine. And then I'm also working on this project that I don't, which I've kind of mentioned before, where it's going on a road trip. So right now I'm in the search of my car, and I've also noticed like a lot of obstacles in like myself. Like I found the car, and I haven't called in. Tomorrow's gonna make a week that I found that car, which was freaking crazy how I found that car because I was talking to like God, Jesus, and like this whole like spirit realm, and I was like please guide me, like where like is this car for me? And then literally the next day, out of like the corner of my eye, I see a Honda Element, and it's for sale. The only problem is that it has or two problems. It's that it has 190k miles, which is a lot, and it's a manual transmission, so I will have to learn how to drive manual. But it's a decent like price if the car is not that bad. But I haven't called, so I have no idea. So it's the same thing as the dealership thing, where it's like I was scared for a whole week, and then I went, and then nothing happened because I survived. So I feel like it's the same thing with this, but I don't know why. Again, there's so much resistance. But nevertheless, I will try to call after this episode, and I'm gonna take salsa classes. I booked my other therapy because I feel like that's just in itself, like being able to talk to her will be really really cool. And then just try new things. So I'm gonna start walking because I haven't really moved like exercise properly. So I'm gonna start exercising again by starting to walk, like get those 10,000 steps. And yeah, because I just as much as because there's so many thoughts going on in my head or things I want to say. I feel like for many of us we struggle in that we just don't know what to do. There's people who kind of know what they want to do and they're scared of doing it, and because of fear they don't do it. But I've done certain things that may be scary for others, but it wasn't scary for me when I did my road trip to Texas, and it was for a whole week, and I was by myself, and I was like sleeping in the van for like, 2 nights, 2 nights. I slept with in strangers' homes, which I'm so thankful for them, and it's still like freaking crazy. So I've put myself on YouTube with like probably horrible videos. Like my communication, again, I've always said it's not the best. I am trying to improve on that, but at the end of the day, I've done certain stuff compared to others who, or like for some people it's like really hard to be in camera, and for me it's really easy. Like I know I'm not the best, but and as cringy as it is, I can do it. The only problem is that I don't know if this is the path. I don't know if I'm not like fulfilled, or like I I don't think this is my purpose, because maybe there was an expectation there. Um, Maybe there's just like limiting beliefs that I still haven't like really worked on, where it's like maybe like this is why we're stuck, or it's just me like getting out of my comfort zone in the way that it will be me getting out of my comfort zone. Because for some people, getting out of their comfort zones may be recording themselves and editing their videos. For me, my comfort zone, me getting out of my comfort zone, is getting on a phone call and asking for details on the car. And it's freaking crazy how I prefer to record myself and be cringy than to make a phone call where nobody's ever gonna like, they don't know me and they're never gonna know me if I don't go see the car. So it's kind of crazy how our minds can trick ourselves into like not doing certain things because of fear, when we look back, it's actually, again, like that fear level, we think it's like this high, but in reality it's like this low. And it's not until we do the thing. So maybe in itself, this is a reminder that whatever like, it's whatever action or thing you have to do to get out, that gets you out of your comfort zone. Like, don't judge yourself. Like, don't judge yourself that, oh, making a phone call or recording yourself, or whatever it is. Like, don't judge yourself, but because of that, just work on going towards that step. And I feel like I've delayed it so much to where, my mind, maybe like, I don't think about it too much, but I definitely feel like, Andrea, you should be doing more. You should make the phone call. You should make the phone call. This is what you want, so make that phone call. And yeah, so I don't even know where I went with this. I just feel like necesito desahogarme, because for the past like 4 years I've been trying to figure out. And I've done like certain stuff. I've recorded on TikTok. I've recorded, and I just haven't been consistent because, you know, I don't know if this is the type of content. Like, is this actually meaningful? There was also recently I kind of like figure out like the type of content that I want to create. I feel like, which is like type of vlogging. I have like a with vlogging, but that's with the type of content I want to create. It involves vlogging. Like, it's vlogging. It's vlogging my life, like certain things. So one, because, and the reasons I've had like this resistance is because, one, I feel like my life is boring, and two, I like, why will people, I've always wondered, like, why do people want to watch like my life, like certain things that I do. So I think that's like very interesting, and I have to kind of let go of that belief, and then also start creating videos or creating vlogs, so that I could actually see, okay, is this actually what I want? Is this like, should I do this? Is this like fulfilling? What's the purpose behind it? So that at the end of the day, these vlogs, I think, still have value, because I don't want just like any, like, my problem is like, I always want to be intentional with, I want to have a purpose. Like, I want to have a good intention with the things, and like that could help others some way, somehow. So when it comes to vlogs, I wasn't really sure what value or intention it was giving. But then I was like talking to my cousin, and she actually was telling me that she likes watching vlogs because it kind of helps reduce her anxiety and whatnot. So I was like, interesting. Because when she showed me one of her one of her vlogs that she watches, one of the people that she watches on her blog, I was like, this is giving me anxiety, because like, she's buying so many stuff where it's like, why do you need so many, they're called wreaths, like those like Christmas thingies where like it's like this, and it has like a lot of like type of leaf. I don't know what it is, but I'm like, why do you need so like, I already could tell like what type of content mine's gonna be, like minimalist or something that, like, again, I'm still like figuring it out. But if you made it up to here, like, this is just me figuring things out, like showing you, like, it's not a, like, even when you do YouTube, even when you're like start doing something where like that was your fear in the beginning, but then certain other obstacles come in. Like it's okay. We just have to try not to stay in that state for such a long time and start figuring things out. So like right now, I'm already buying certain stuff for my car. Even though I don't have my car, I'm starting to buy like the mattress. I'm starting to buy the battery thingy. I'm starting to buy the um what else? I think those are the main things, and then just like little stuff like lights. I was thinking of buying a fan, like a portable fan. I bought also like shoes and clothes. So I'm definitely gonna be doing a haul, and that's gonna be a vlog in itself. So it's definitely like some investments for myself on like how dressing a bit nicer, just like more like what's comfortable to me, but also like good quality, good nice like this this sweater is from one of the girls I interviewed like in the beginning of my podcast. Like shout out to Carla. Go check out Foxy Luna shop. Like this is like the sweater that got her viral, but she's already like doing like selling other stuff as well. So definitely go check her out. Like shout out to Carla. She has like this is the sweater I wear every single day, almost every single day, especially now that it's getting cold. It's like my go-to sweater. So yeah, if you watch this like up to here, like no, like, we'll figure it out. And right now, recently, I've been like praying more. I've been, I don't even know if it's praying, but it's definitely just like a conversation with the universe, like asking for guidance, asking, like opening myself to receiving more. Like literally just saying I'm open to receiving more, or I'm open to, cause I have it in Spanish, so I'm in English would be like I'm open to receiving a what's what it was. I'm open to receiving from God a manifestation or something like that. I don't remember. Maybe I could like, if I remember, I'll like write it down over here or up here in Spanish and English. But it's like literally being open to receiving, and like I did it at the end of the day. Like one thing that I always like try to remind myself, like we're gonna die. Like we stress out so much, and I think that the biggest lesson that I need to learn is to chill and to relax and enjoy life. Like that's literally my probably like my mission in life is I need to learn how to enjoy the little things and not focus on like what do I need to do, when how can I help, how am I gonna, like I need to focus on myself. We need to focus on ourselves saying what do, and really ask ourselves like, what do we want to do? What do we want to do? Like what, how would I want to be spending my day today, tomorrow, this week? I there was another video I watched from this girl from Erika, and she was talking about this girl who I think her name's like her YouTube channel is like Cottage Fairy, so she wants to live in the forest, and she kind of like her YouTube channel is like that, and then in one of her videos I haven't watched it yet, but she talks about that transition and like doing what she wanted to do, because for many of us like living in a forest is like what the heck, like that's kind of weird, but like that's what she wanted to do, like being more with nature and all that, which honestly for me sounds freaking cool. But then we have those fears like, oh, why don't I do that, or why don't I, again, like that road trip that I want to do, like why don't we put so many buts? And it's just again being open to receiving and changing our mindsets and reprogramming our minds. But hopefully this makes sense and help somebody. It definitely helped me kind of like take a breather. Like I'm opening my eyes too much. Take a breather and just relax and chill and be like, okay, it's gonna be okay. Everything's gonna be okay. Like we just gotta tell ourselves, but actually trusting, like whatever you believe, like trusting the universe, trusting in God, trusting in Jesus, trusting in our angels, like trusting in ourselves, like whatever it is, just like really trust, like confiar, and like things will start coming for sure. So don't give up. We got this, and I'm really glad I made this episode. So I appreciate Andrea from, I guess, like the past now, where when I'm watching this. Thank you for like making this video como desagándote un poco, and hopefully again it helped, it resonated with somebody, and yeah, I think that's it. Thank you so much for watching this episode on YouTube if you are, or if you're listening on Spotify or Apple Podcasts. Thank you so much for listening, and thank you so much for watching. Because again, this means a lot to me. Like the previous video, I think had like almost 90 views. I don't know how many people like actually watched it, but that was really nice because I haven't. My videos usually get like 10, 20 views, so that was really nice. That was really like, oh yay! But then I also got so fun, so a lot of mixed emotions there. But yeah, thank you again. I appreciate it so much. Have an amazing, beautiful day, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.